Hey Blazers, this episode is brought to you by Audible.com, an Amazon company. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Blaze Entertainment, or visit the sponsor and supporters links on our website at entertheblaze.com. With over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Now let's start the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's start the party. Locked in to the hottest station on the planet.
What's going on, Blazers? We are back with another episode of Blaze Entertainment. I'm your host, Kwame, joined by the beautiful, the melanin proficient, the queen of Blaze, Miss Free. What's up, girl?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. How was your week? You know.
My weekend was cool.
Yes, the weekend was much needed.
I didn't do shit.
Girl.
I surely didn't do shit.
Nice. And you know what's funny? My partner was like, let's go to the beach or let's go for... I said, no. I said, I don't want to do...
You should go to the beach.
Well, I'm going to do that this weekend, but I wanted a weekend where I just wanted to do absolutely nothing. I wanted to catch up on laundry, catch up on house chores and things, and just have my cocktail and relax and just not think about the world. I didn't turn on the news.
You should go... explore.
Yeah, I'm going to do that this weekend.
I can show you the world.
Oh my God. Oh, you know Pride is in a couple of weeks.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
And this time we don't have to stay in a hotel because we live in LA. So that's going to be fun.
Turn up.
Let's get the show started. Phrase of the week, Miss Free, or word of the week.
I was going to say the word of the week was Covfefe. Covfefe.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Covfefe.
Girl, I can't.
But then I was like, nah. Nah. Because when I first saw that, I was like, well, bitch, is that an actual word? I had to check myself for a hot ass minute. But anyways, the word of the week is break green. And it is to share cannabis with friends and or strangers.
Yes, I love this one.
I like to break green with friends and then explore a museum together.
Ma'am.
Break green.
We should do that.
Yes, we should.
We should break green and go see a museum.
I was watching Bong Appetit.
I love that show so fucking much. Oh my God.
And then the commercials with the guy that does the floral arrangements with weed. Have you seen him?
No. Girl.
He said, I'll make you a flower crown. And in the flower crown were buds.
Oh.
I was like, oh, I want one. How much does it cost?
I will take that to go.
Yeah. I don't need nobody running up on me trying to get my buds. We want to fight a bitch.
Listen.
Anyways.
That was a good one. I like that one.
Thanks.
That was a good wow. Highlight of the week. I have two highlights of the week, actually. The first one is Black Girls in Ohm podcast. Episode 20 specifically, and basically Black Girls in Ohm is a podcast that deals with mental health and mental specifically for Black women, mental health and wellness and stuff like that, but they had Hey Fran Hey on there, Francesca Medina, aka Hey Fran Hey, and I listened to that podcast. I listened to that episode, and Fran dropped so much knowledge on that one podcast. Like it was mind-boggling. It was the episode was episode 20, and it was on getting clear, and staying true with Hey Friend Hey, being of service to your vision and others without sacrificing yourself. Yeah, it was deep. And she had Fran was talking about how she had learned to find balance, say no, and discern what's best for her life, just like anyone else. And I think that was really cool, because a lot of people view these influencers and people who have platforms as like unreachable and unrelatable. And I really appreciated how Fran kind of broke that down and also showed her struggles in in kind of coming up and being an influencer and building her community and her platform, but also realizing that I'm still human. I'm still, a human being. So, yeah. Oh, and then the other one is... So yes, definitely check that podcast out. It's Black Girls in Om podcast, and the episode was episode 20. But listen to all that stuff because they're pretty dope. But the other one is today, which this is getting released on Friday, so Wednesday. We've had Podcasts in Color with Barry. For those who don't know, hashtag Podcasts in Color did a kind of like awesome tweet event today where they had where she did, it's called hashtag podcasts link up. And so she created threads where you can find other podcasts that are in your area. So Blaze Entertainment went ahead and did the hashtag podcast link up because we're in Los Angeles, and found out that there's a couple of other podcasts in our area, so we're going to link up with them and show out. But I thought it was really cool because one of the really awesome things I like about Barry is that she's not about self. She really wants the podcast community, especially podcasts with people of color or focuses with people of color, to really connect and work together to kind of build a platform in and of itself. So shout out to you, Barry. You're doing your thing. Appreciate you. So, Yance, that's all I have for my highlights. Shall we get into shout outs?
Yeah, let's move on.
Do you have any shout outs?
My shout out is Isaiah Hines. He created a presentation for his AP psychology class.
Okay.
And
I've seen this.
The babies are woke. And I'm here for it.
They're ready.
And his presentation says basically white people are fragile or fragile. And underneath his picture of him in front of his presentation is a white commentator, and she says, "Oh, this is how we teach our kids," or something something snarky, right? And Isaiah, this beautiful woke baby, broke it down to her, basically saying, "You proved my point."
Right.
So shout out goes to Mr. Isaiah Hines for being woke.
Yes.
And so young.
Yes.
And taking AP psychology, because that bitch was hard when I was in high school. I was like, I cannot. Oh. Shout out goes to you, Isaiah.
I have a shout out. Stanley Freeman Jr. and his son Josiah bonded over coordinated dances and went viral. Now, this little boy is freaking adorable, but what's even more adorable is his bond with his dad. They do like these kind of like Instagram kind of clips where they're dancing together, and it's just so cute. He's adorable, but he's really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look at his little nugget. And so like I just had to shout them out because first of all, it's nice to see active the representation for because there's a lot of stereotypes that black men ain't shit and that they don't do right by their children, and it was really nice to see a black man be there and a role model for his child. You know what I'm saying? So, and take time to kind of be in his life. So shout out to you guys. I have a couple more things. Do you want to go next or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rihanna.
Yes!
Love of my life. Stays looking like a snack.
Listen.
She got a little thickness on her now, and everybody lost their damn mind.
Because they can't handle a real figured woman. They want these stick figured little girls.
I said, yes, Rihanna, looking thick. Looking like a Snickers.
Yes!
I was like, ooh!
Listen.
Also, she will be dropping her makeup line in the fall, so I will be here for it. I put myself as the I signed up for her what do you call them things? Email lists or whatever.
Yeah, the newsletters or mailing lists.
I'll be right there, bitch.
Right in front of Sephora.
Whatever day. Right there online, clicking to get my lipstick.
Gonna have to call out that day.
And I know she's gonna make a bomb red. I just fucking know it. I'm gonna be right here getting that lipstick.
Listen. May 28th last week, which was after our recording, we wanted to wish a happy 73rd birthday. She's 73 years old, 73 years young, to the legendary Gladys Knight. Yes.
Okay, happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday. And still looking young.
Mm-hmm. Doing a damn thing.
Black don't crack. Okay. I just saw this today and I had to make a shout out for this. This group, it's a cover band group. It's an all black boy band. Their group is called Next Town Down. And they created a video and a song pretty much that kind of had an evolution of boy bands. Mm-hmm. And so they went all the way back to like the 80s and 90s, mm-hmm. And did like Poison and did all these, and then they started going up until like the 90s and the 2000s, mm-hmm. where it's like, you know, they had Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and mm-hmm. then One Republic, and then and what was really cool about it is that they sounded really good, and I'm like, y'all should have sung this from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, they sounded really good, and they were...
Do they sound better than Boyz II Men? Because Boyz II Men is the best boy band of all time.
Listen, let me tell you something about Boyz II Men. There will never be a group that harmonized as that was godly.
Right. Every time I hear them
sanctified vocals. Okay, that was God coming down and touching each and every one of their vocal cords. And just saying in sync, you will sing, okay? And you will belt out these amazing vocals and you will entrance your audience. That's exactly what Boyz II Men is. Boyz II Men is a one-of-a-kind, unique unicorn that came in. That was a momentous
But my question is, are they better?
Like I said,
hell no.
There will never be a harmonious group such as Boyz II Men. Boyz II Men was like the... Or is the boy band version of In Vogue, where like everybody emulated off of them. Like In Vogue was like the female group that like kind of like started it all. Like that's what you wanted to be, your group to be like. You know what I'm saying? Until Destiny's Child came out, there was nobody that could touch In Vogue.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not one bitch. And even Destiny's Child was just still can't really touch In Vogue, because In Vogue is In Vogue. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about Boyz II Men. They will never.
Boyz II Men.
Forever.
Don't do it, baby.
Oh, girl. Don't even start.
And then you, like, I was like, oh! Every time I hear that song, I just get goosebumps. I just hear him sing and I get goosebumps.
But I'm going to tell you something. These boys, they sang some Boyz II Men songs in their evolution of boy band songs. And I will say, close second. They were good.
I doubt it.
Bitch, after this, you gonna hear this.
But shout out goes to y'all though.
Yeah, shout out.
You know,
shout out.
no shade, no
tea. It's just Boyz II Men is. But yeah, like I said, they did a phenomenal job. I thought that they did a phenomenal job in their evolution of boy bands. Because I've seen other groups that tried to do that, and it didn't really pan out well. They did a really good job in terms of choreographing, in terms of sharing the vocals, everything. So I thought that they did a phenomenal job. My last one is the middle college at North Carolina A&T State University, an all-male school, achieved 100% graduation rate and 100% college acceptance for the 6th year in a row. Let me tell you something. I've been seeing a lot. I've been hearing a lot. I've been watching the educational growth within the Black community and even people of color. We are going to take over this motherfucker in the next watch. Give it a couple. Give it one or two more generations. One or two more generations. There's going to be every man, every woman, every child that is. Everyone's going to have a degree. Everyone's education. Telling you. Gorgeous. Amazing. Proud of you guys.
Are you done?
Yes, that's all I got.
Okay, cool.
We're going to take a break. And we'll be back with the Petty Word News. What's up, Blazers? Check out the 5-Fruit Face Wash from our sponsor, Zerian Skin Science. Made with 5 different fruit extracts, this gently exfoliating cleanser is perfect for all skin types. Jojoba beads pineapple, and papaya extracts help get rid of dead skin that keeps you from looking your best. Mango, watermelon, and strawberry extracts do their part too, moisturizing and nourishing your skin. I use this product and notice an immediate difference in my skin's texture and clarity. Visit colorsthatgoboom.com and use offer code BLAZEATOMIC.
And we're back with the petty world news.
Okay, ladies, now let's see information. Okay, ladies, now let's see information. I'm pet slave, chico, you get eliminated.
Yeah.
So what you got?
Girl, so much happened this week. Well, not just this week, but in the past since we last recorded.
I know, right?
Bitch, I just
So
can't.
what is happening with the world? Can we just have some quiet?
No, it's just not. It's not gonna happen until that Cheeto is out the office. Anyway, Montana GOP candidate now elected, Greg Giaforte, or Giaforte, however you pronounce his fuck ass name, was charged with a misdemeanor assault after he allegedly body slammed, and not allegedly, he body slammed a reporter. He was charged. And now, yes. You didn't hear about this? It was all over the news.
Why the fuck are you body slamming reporters?
Okay, so this is what happened.
That's my question.
Allegedly. It was a reporter from The Guardian, and he was asking about the fact that this, Greg Giaforte, that he didn't read the bill, but he voted for the American Health Care Act anyway, to repeal Obamacare. Mm-hmm. And
so he just ran up on a nigga?
They was talking. He had his little thing, his recorder, and he was like, what are your thoughts and whatever. He was like, we can discuss this later. He's like, oh, okay, that's great. You know how reporters push,
right?
For questions or whatever, and then people just walk away from them or ignore them. Well, he didn't do that. He grabbed his ass and body slammed his ass on the ground.
He legit picked him up,
yes,
tossed him to the ground.
That's correct.
And kicked him.
This is correct. And he then Giaforte had his campaign manager go and put a fucking statement out saying that he didn't do that the reporter was aggressive to him. And if it wasn't for the other reporters, one of them being a Fox News reporter, which shocked the fuck out of me. Okay, a Fox News reporter corroborating the Guardian reporter, I think his name was Jacob something, I forget his name, corroborating his story, he would have got away with it. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, he still got away with it because he was still elected. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand.
Bitch, well, the current president talked about grabbing pussies and shit. So
well,
that ain't stop him from.
It's not surprising.
President.
It's just.
So.
I don't understand it. It's not surprising. I just don't understand. You got some?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Makeup artist who goes by the name of @PaintThatFace on Instagram.
Oh, real clever.
Recently posted a makeup look transforming a white woman into a black woman. This person posted a disclaimer that it wasn't about a race change, but it was about celebrating another culture. Now, this is the exact shit that I was talking about in my vent session during the last episode.
Right.
And I'm just going to say this. What was so hard, what was so difficult about you finding a black model to celebrate black features?
Right. I mean, I don't understand that. Why is that hard?
Why was that hard for you to do? And the fact that you felt like you had to put a disclaimer tells me that you knew what you was about to do was going to go left real fucking quick.
Right.
So why not just do the right thing and get a black model? Like, I'm just confused. I don't understand.
Whatever.
Moving on.
Yeah.
This is exact shit what I'm talking about, y'all. Girl.
Yeah. This particular topic was actually sent to us by Marisol, our admin. Shout out to you, Marisol. A Marcos Antonio Huete, or Huete, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it, Huete, was biking to work in Key West, Florida. Of course, everything happens in fuck-ass Florida. On April 27th, when a vehicle hit him, but a police officer on the scene was more concerned with his immigration status than his well-being. Yes.
Bitch, what does his immigration status have anything to do with him being hit by a car?
You know exactly.
If he was an immigrant, were you not going to help him? You just going to leave him there?
Well, it turns out that immigration was called, and now the family is fighting the case. They hired a lawyer and they're fighting the case now. I don't know the status of it now. Yeah.
You should be worried about the man that hit me.
The woman that hit him got off on him, and of course she did. The officer said that Huete was at fault. He's a pedestrian. Like, he's a pedestrian.
Because
pedestrians always have the right of way. Like, whatever. Whatever.
You know what? Fuck y'all. Fuck.
And the man's lying on the ground, hurt, and you're asking him, are you legal? Are you legal?
Like, bitch, what?
Are you a U.S. citizen? Oh my God. Do you have your papers? What? Wow.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything, bitch? Are you gonna call the ambulance so I can get my fucking leg fixed, bitch?
Right, exactly. Do you see that my leg is foreign to my body at the moment?
Right.
Like, you worried about me being foreign to this country. My body parts are all over this fucking ass street. And you worried about my immigration status. Bitch.
You know what? I would have probably. You know what? No, I couldn't. I couldn't have said that because you know why? Because you know why.
I know exactly why.
I couldn't have been the snapback bitch I wanted to be.
No.
But I would have, and my spirit, my core of core would have been like,
fuck you.
I think you're an illegal immigrant too, to be quite honest.
Y'all all illegal immigrants.
So is you gonna help me or no? Because you didn't come here legally.
I mean, bro, shit. Let's move on. You got anything else? I can't. Stupid.
Speaking of dumbasses, a journalist by the name of Terry Frey.
Mm-hmm.
Now, excuse me, I don't know if this is from a legitimate news source or not. So take this, like, as what it is.
Okay.
Just take it. Don't take it serious. Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
Tweets that he was very uncomfortable that a Japanese man won the Indy 500. Really?
Did you get sourcing on those?
I did not. It was from a friend of mine posted on their Facebook wall, which is why I'm saying take it as it is.
You're gonna kids. Okay.
Right. Take it with the as light as a feather. Don't take it, as my word.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen it a couple of times actually, so I'm not sure. I didn't go and investigate it any further.
Yeah.
I just came across it and thought it was funny because it brings up my very next point.
Right.
Which is a teacher at an Anthony Aguirre Junior High School gave students some really fucked up award certificates. One, which was given by a Lizeth Villanueva, a most likely to be a terrorist award.
Wow.
And she gave another little black girl a most likely to blend in with white people award.
Wow.
And then there was a list of other types of fucked up awards that she gave to her other students. But here's my thing. Y'all are out here for real.
Shit. Bold bitches.
For real.
Bold bitches.
I was like, I don't even remember. Maybe
that
because
to my child, I would have walked up in that school and snatched your ass.
But these two instances was like, maybe because of the current president that we have, does this thing really stand out? But I don't remember it being like, who's giving out fucking awards like that? And who says, oh, a Japanese guy won the Indy 500. That makes me uncomfortable. Who fucking says that? Why does it make you fucking uncomfortable? I'm confused. You need to explain to me. You need to explain why you uncomfortable. And that fuck ass teacher needs to explain to me why she decided thought it was funny to fucking give these kids these fucked up awards thinking it was a joke.
Right.
This is not funny. If my child ever came home with some shit like that, bitch, the first thing I would have did was drag that teacher by her hair throughout the hallways.
Becky would have been on the floor, bitch. We would have had a problem. The fuck? You are an educator. You are supposed to be, and I just put this on my Facebook a couple of days ago about, I saw on The View. I think it was yesterday, whatever. But I had put on my Facebook and how, you know, I saw on The View, they had brought one of the hosts' teachers back to meet her, or to see her again. And it was like kind of this teacher appreciation thing. And I thought it was really sweet or whatever, because I remember a lot, some of my teachers and that really stood out to me and that really like, made an impact on me. You don't realize that you are doing something that is probably one of the most important jobs ever. And you are educating children. You are mentoring them. You are putting and instilling knowledge in these children and helping them to cultivate, you know, creativity and growth and knowledge, and also the yearning to gain more knowledge and to learn. And I find it really fucked up that you have this particular teacher coming into a situation and belittling children for who they are, and trying to play stereotype and thinking that's a fucking joke. It's not a joke. It's not
a fucking joke.
There's nothing funny about that. I've seen like junior high school graduation yearbooks and high school yearbooks with most likely to get in trouble, most likely to do it. But that is just crossing the fucking line when it comes to children. Are you kidding
most
me?
likely to be a terrorist?
Right. Get the fuck out of here. She should be fired.
When I tell you I would have drug her by her whole ass hair through the hallways.
I can't. So, I have one. I was in complete and utter shock when I saw this. Mm-hmm. A mother physically went to a courtroom, to a courthouse, to file papers to sue her transgender daughter to stop her from transitioning. Yes, bitch. When I saw this, I was like, this has to be fake news. There's no way. And lo and behold, it was not. I found 3 other contributing articles and sourcing for it. I just could not believe my freaking mind. Like, it was just unbelievable. It blew my mind. Anne-Marie Calgoro sued her daughter, known only as EJK in court documents, in November after she revealed her intentions to transition. What?
My head hurts.
What? You sued your daughter? Because
of course you were gonna fucking lose.
Right, and she lost. Yeah, that's the thing. But my whole thing was like that you even attempted to sue your daughter for wanting to transition.
Right.
Like, that's like my parents wanting to sue me for being gay. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. You could sue me all you want.
Right.
You could win the case or not. I'm still going to be gay. Like, it's not going to change anything. And this is the type of disrespect that I'm talking about when transgender... And this is why the LGBT community needs to come a little bit more together when it comes to transgendered children and transgendered... our transgender brothers and sisters. Because there's no accountability and there's no protection within our own community to protect them, and it pisses me off because if this happened to anybody else, everybody would look at them like, what you're suing your daughter, girl? Why?
How old was her daughter? Just curious. Do you know?
I didn't read into it, and I don't think that it was. I
don't think it doesn't matter
really
at its core because it doesn't make sense
you.
Either way. But I was just curious.
I'll look it up, but
okay.
It doesn't. To be honest with you, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
I'm just
confused. Like, I'm real confused because. Okay, girl, whatever.
No, she was 17 at the time of filing, so she was turning 18 in the next few months. So that didn't help her case anyway.
Okay, two things.
Right.
Things. First of all, you're suing your child.
Right.
Second of all,
right.
Even if she was of an adult age, you're suing an adult.
She wasn't
for being who they are.
At the time at the time of filing, though, she was 17.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
First of all, you're suing your child.
Right.
That don't make no sense in its own damn self.
Mm-mm.
Second of all, even if she was an adult, that don't make no damn sense in itself because she's doing
what she legally has the right to do.
Right.
Right.
Bitch, of course you were gonna lose.
I can't. I don't know how to judge you and just look at it. It's like, are you wasting my fucking
lock your ass up for wasting my fucking time with this bullshit.
Get the fuck out of here with that bull. I can't. You got anything
Ben
else?
Carson.
Oh my God! What did he do now? I am so tired of him. What he's selling the administration. God.
Yeah, so was Miss Betsy.
Oh, don't mention that bitch's name.
Ben Carson thinks that poverty is a state of mind. And if that we wish very, 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 very hard, we can become rich if we just think it with our minds. Because poverty is a state of mind. There's no such thing as systematic poverty.
Well,
There's
that
no
was our
such
show,
thing.
you guys.
If I think and I dream it real hard, I could pull myself up by my mind and into the 1%.
You are so stupid. You better claim that 1%, Miss.
Claim it.
You better claim it.
I thought it was my mind. It's a state of mind. I thought it was done. Where's my money?
Go check your bank account, bitch.
Right. Still $0. Fuck out of here, Ben Carson. Fuck out of here. We're done.
Yeah, let's go to break. I don't know words for him. We'll be back with the reviews.
Hey Blazers, do you have an iPhone or Apple product? Then subscribe to us on iTunes.
iTunes is the best way to organize and enjoy the music, movies, and TV shows you already have, and shop for ones you want to get.
So instead of being angry stuck in a traffic jam or lacking motivation at the gym, spice up your routine with Blaze Entertainment.
Go to iTunes or visit entertheblaze.com for a direct link and subscribe today. All right, guys, let's get back to the show.
We got the reviews.
And it's here.
So what we
Reviews
got
time.
here?
Let's start off with some
going
review
on?
news. I don't have a lot of review news. All I know is that according to Entertainment Weekly, Wonder Woman is the best reviewed DC movie since The Dark Knight. And I honestly
The Dark Knight
was the shit.
with Heath Ledger. That movie was the greatest movie of all fucking time.
The greatest DC movie. Yes.
Wonder Woman is really gonna have to blow me out the fucking water
Yes.
to top that movie.
Girl, I'm here for it. It's coming out Friday.
Friday.
Yes, I'm here for it. I will be there. You going?
I want to see it. Yes.
Yes.
I do want to see it.
Are you going on Friday?
Probably not because I ain't about that crowd life.
You're so stupid.
I want to see Wonder Woman, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to have to wait in line for it because I know it's going to be a line.
When I went to go see, what was it? When did I go
It's
see
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be like.
There's only a few movies I will see on opening day. A few. I'll see it on the 3rd, but I won't see it on the 2nd.
All right. Well, let's get into our review of Dear White People Season 1, Episode 3. Last week we talked about the what was it? What was his name?
Lionel.
This week is about Troy, and the synopsis for that is: after calling the campus. Wait, before I start, I would like to make a spoiler alert. If you have not seen Dear White People Season 1, Episode 3, turn or fast forward.
And by the way, y'all, when Game of Thrones come on, just a disclaimer, I'm letting y'all motherfuckers know right now, there will be no spoilers.
There will be no
because,
spoiler
if you
alerts.
did not see it, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
We will have a spoiler alert commercial, okay, right before the review section, and that is just going to be it. I don't know what to tell you, but if you are not caught up by Game of Thrones
you better
by now,
see it first day.
I don't know what to tell you.
At 6 p.m.
Listen. And stay off of our Twitters at that time because we will be tweeting up a storm. Okay? Just letting you know. Anyway, back to Dear White People. Dear White People Season 1, Episode 3. The synopsis for that is: after calling the campus police on the blackface party, Troy becomes likely to be next student president. His charm and enthusiasm make him popular among everyone, including the campus football team, the Griffins. Led by Thane Lockwood. However, hoping to escape his over-demanding father's shadow, Troy votes for someone else. At a boathouse party, Troy runs into head of Prestige Kurt, who asks for help restoring his reputation. Troy refuses after his racist stunt, as he has been bailing Kurt out since they were kids. It is revealed Troy has been hooking up with African American Studies professor Nika. Troy is elected student president. However, Thane Lockwood is found dead, and Kurt reveals he recorded Troy and Nika.
Cool.
What are your thoughts?
I honestly thought Troy's chapter was kind of dull.
I agree.
But then again, I think Troy is a dull character.
I also agree.
I was looking for it.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. I mean, there were some things where I was like, like, it was like,
Troy reminds me of every other house Negro. Like, I mean, yes, he does. I'm sorry. He is the epitome of those who are going to just rub elbows and get all coonish and rub elbows with the white people just so he can, get ahead in life. And, that's just who he reminds me of.
No, I felt a separate way about Troy. Troy, okay, I was reading an article about Troy because I was really looking for what his character stood for. I was looking for it. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't find anything.
Right.
And I was looking up an article, and an article mentioned that Troy is technically like the campus, I don't know how to pronounce that word, Charmeleon? Like the lizard that can blend in with
a chameleon.
Chameleon. There you go. Chameleon. I say Charmeleon. I'm thinking Charmander.
Charmander.
Listen, chameleon. So like he's basically, like you said, like he's that person that is going to rub arms against everybody to want to please everybody. Mm-hmm. And how he plans on pleasing everybody, I don't fucking know.
Right. Because you can't do it.
But I think a lot of Troy's character is in conflict with who his father wants him to be.
Agreed.
It's, you know what I'm saying? Agreed. Like, I don't think Troy necessarily wants to do what his father wants him to do.
Right. Because if you notice that, like, there were times when Troy would go and sneak and smoke weed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he won't do it with everybody else. Like, he might, in the movie, he smoked with Coco. Mm-hmm. But he would sneak and smoke weed and but
he does little things like he'll go and do the weed, or he'll vote against himself, or he'll go and fuck the African American Studies teacher, or
Nika.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or even he stood up to his father at that party when the whole blackface party was going on.
Right.
So I'm having trouble trying to understand who Troy is, and I think his character is trying to fight against maybe that respectability politics that his father is playing by.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think Troy struggles with trying to be accepted by his father and other people and trying to be himself. I don't know. Troy was just so boring. Like, I'm trying to pull something out for him. It's hard enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. How did you feel about Troy?
One of the things that I didn't. First of all, I don't really like his character other than the fact that he's attractive. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
I think his character is almost poorly written, and I'm not sure if it's poorly written or there's something I'm missing. I don't think
his character was poorly written, because I feel like a lot of people a lot of black men who run for office who are in this position are like that. Because they have to balance out, especially if they're trying to get into higher positions. They have to balance out the fact that they need to be black enough for black culture in the black community, but also comfortable enough for white people.
Oh, that's an excellent point, actually. So maybe that's what Troy's characters is going through. That whole duality.
Right.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I didn't think about that. I just thought in comparison to the other characters, he was a little lackluster.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, moving through it.
Yeah, exactly. It was, to me, it was definitely a filler episode, but there were certain things that were really important to me. Like I noticed, like not necessarily really important to me, but really important to the progression of the story. So, like, for instance, like, you noticed when he went to go give a haircut to Lionel, you saw he looks at Lionel like a little brother. So he's kind of protective of him, and I don't know if he knows that Lionel is gay yet, or I don't know.
He does know he's gay.
Did he come out to him at that? He
did.
Okay, he came out last episode.
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but the fact that Troy was still comfortable with him, I think makes Lionel feel more comfortable with him and even more attracted to him.
Right.
And plus he like was in his shorts or in his like sweatpants
and a towel, girl. You're like in a towel. That's the fuck he was in. I remember.
Them Prince, girl. Anyway, so like all I'm saying, that was very nice to look at. But I also one thing that I honed in on was his relationship with Coco. They have a symbiotic relationship. It's not that Coco is in love with him. She loves the D. The D is nice. It's a good trade-off. But she's with him for a status, just like he's with her for a status. Because she's you know what I'm saying? Like she's also battling that whole thing where, you know, she's black enough for the black crowd because she's dark-skinned. But she's also trying to be comfortable with the white people as well.
Let's not go too deep into Coco because I have words.
Oh, I have lots of words for Coco.
She's so
she's very complex. But here's the thing: what I like about Coco that I don't like about Troy is that Coco's personality is complex.
Right.
I feel like Troy is just simple. You know what I'm saying? Like and I think that you need those type of characters in the story for it to progress, but I didn't really have a lot of like pull. Like I felt like this episode was super quick. Like, you know what I mean? Like like last episode, I was like in it. I was like, and it had nothing to do with just, you know, Lionel's sexuality. It was his struggles that Lionel was going through. It was his intricacies in how he maneuvered through other characters and through the story. Even with what's her name in the beginning, in the first episode, Sam, you know, like she's a major she has a huge arc in but there's so much to pull from Samantha. You know what I'm saying? There's so much to pull from Lionel, and I felt like with Troy it was just like, okay, he's that guy. He's the token black guy. Right, you know what I'm saying? He's the token black guy that can is fortunate enough because he's lighter skinned to be able to move into different spaces. So,
and he has a status to be able to do that.
Exactly.
It's not just about being light skinned.
Well,
you know,
it helps.
Right. It does help, but I'm saying like his father's status helps him a whole lot.
Most definitely.
To maneuver.
Yeah. And his father's influence and pressure.
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, Troy. Your episode just wasn't that great. Not compared to the other ones.
I didn't pay attention to the end when I first watched the whole series all together.
End of Choice?
The end of episode 3. Like, in terms of when Thane Lockwood was found dead. I didn't pay attention to that.
I didn't either.
So I think that's going to be important.
What was the significance of that?
It'll be important later, I feel.
Do you think that Troy might have pushed him?
No. Troy was fucking on Anika.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no way he would have been able to do that.
Well, I don't know, bitch. You know how to get away with murder. You know. That could have been 5 hours ago.
Okay. But I also didn't really pay attention to his relationship with Kurt either. From Prestige. Because,
me either.
You know what I'm saying? And I found that even though that Kurt grew up with him, or they were friends when they were kids, or since they were kids, I feel like that's the type of shit that you have to watch out for when it comes to people like Prestige and Armitages. You know what
I'm going to tell you what. When we get to Reggie and his relationship with his white friend, that is a more powerful dynamic versus Troy and what was his name? Kurt?
Kurt, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that dynamic was different.
There. Yeah, we'll get there.
I just glossed over Kurt and Troy. Like, I was like, okay, he's going to blackmail him.
Right.
Right.
Surprise.
Right. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Anyways,
You got
sorry,
anything else?
Troy. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. We'll be back with the listener letters portion of the show. Hey, Blazers. We love hearing from you. Got a show review? Need some advice? Have an opinion? Or want to vent something out yourself? Tell us about it. Visit www.entertheblaze.com and send in a letter today. And we're back with the listener letters segment of the show. Don't forget that you can go on to www.entertheblaze.com to send in a listener letter to ourselves, Miss Free, and me, Kwame. Or you can go ahead and send it to After the Blaze podcast, which is our companion podcast, to Hope Giselle and 50 Shades of Gay. Miss Free, take it away.
All right. Our question is a follow-up question. It's from Amoira. She's from California. She was the woman who asked about her daughter in the dance classes. And she was, pressuring her.
Yes.
So the update is, hi, Miss Free and Kwame. Thank you for the advice. I talked with my daughter and she loves dance. So I plan on putting her in more classes. But yes, there is a but. She sometimes feels uncomfortable in her class as she is the only black girl in her class.
Ugh.
Do you think I should find more classes with diversity? I am not a dance fan, so I don't know how to go about guiding her in this space. You are both from Los Angeles, so do you know of any places I can take her up there? I currently live in Anaheim. I listened to your last episode, and Miss Free's open and gut-wrenching vent touched me, and I pray that my daughter doesn't experience that, although I know it's a part of being a person of color. Thank you again, and God bless. Well, thanks, Moira. No, I didn't mean to be gut-wrenching. I just told my truth.
Okay. It is what it is. First of all, let me clarify. I live in Los Angeles. I'm not from Los Angeles. Miss Free is from Los Angeles. I'm from New York.
Los Angeles.
Yes.
But I'm not a dance person.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you where there are dance studios. However, knowing the difference between Orange County and Los Angeles is a big gap.
Yes.
Do I think you can find her dance classes in Los Angeles that are going to be more diverse?
Absolutely.
Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is worth doing a little bit of research to find her a dance class in Los Angeles if you're willing to make that trip. Because you never know what she personally is going through being the only black girl in a class.
Right.
You know.
Right. And depending on how old she is, because okay, I will say this, and this is nothing like against, there's certain things that are just what it is. Like, for instance, ballet is pretty much across the board. Like, you're going to have the same
She's
style.
going to be the minority.
She's going to be the minority, but I'm talking about in terms of the same style and teaching. You know what I'm saying? You can't do something different than a forte and it be called a forte. It's not a forte. You know what I'm saying? So you either do, a forte or a passe or a pirouette. You do those things or you don't. So ballet is very black and white. It is what it is. No pun intended. So like you can pretty much, for certain things like that, you can pretty much get her trained anywhere. Anywhere that's, you feel has good ratings and reviews and stuff like that. I will say this. It is very important to have. I was very, very blessed growing up to be in a predominantly black community and be put into predominantly African American schools, dance schools, and so I was very fortunate to grow up. My only issue is that there wasn't a lot of boys in my classes. I was like probably one of 3, and that's pushing. At the time, of dudes being in a class, but I always saw people of my color. You know what I'm saying? I always saw people who were in my demographic, so I didn't really feel uncomfortable. I will say that I know a lot of females dancers who have gone through that and have been the only female, and I know that especially nowadays, young black girls are growing up faster physically, and so they are going to have different body types than say a non-person of color. So I'd say a little white girl. So there are certain things that little girls of color need to be trained in and need to know how to move their bodies. And if they don't have other visuals to emulate from, it's very difficult for them to kind of to not feel like the odd woman out. You know what I'm saying? So I highly encourage you to find those type of diverse groups, or even find teachers that are people of color. I highly recommend Millennium Dance Complex in Los Angeles, one of the top rated dance schools that I know of that's in Los Angeles. There's also Debbie Reynolds. There's also, oh my God, there's so many different dance schools. I do know that Orange County just opened up a Millennium Dance Complex down there. So if you want to take your child to wherever she's going currently, but also expose her to different classes at Millennium, that's a great idea. If you want to have, during the school week, have them go, or have your child go to the current classes that she's going to at the current school, but then on the weekends come up to LA and take her to different classes so that way she sees other dancers of color. That's going to really inspire. I highly recommend that, especially for young girls, because I feel like if they don't have role models, positive role models that they can relate to, they're going to feel like they're going to feel like Miss Free felt last week when she was expressing, the struggles of Black women and their hair. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have no visuals to look at. They don't have any role models to kind of pull from and emulate from. So I definitely think that although what she's currently doing is fine, if she loves dance, put her in every type of dance, thing that you could possibly give her, but also make sure that she has some type of way to kind of be a part of other cultural aspects of her life and other diverse people of color. So that's my only thing.
Good answer, because I don't know anything about dance, so that question was more geared towards you. I really don't. I mean, you said you knew some dance studios.
Yes, I definitely recommend Millennium Dance Complex.
From Los Angeles, but you knew.
Well, I mean,
duh. I don't know.
Yeah, I would Google. I mean, I would try different schools out. Like, you don't have to you may go to Millennium Dance Complex and not like it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, different strokes for different folks. So Google all of the dance schools that you can find in Los Angeles and try them out. They a lot of dance schools have like free tryouts, or they have like, a discounted rate for your first class or whatever. And just like try just taking them out. Because I know the commute from Los Angeles to Orange County it can be something. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't care about that, then you want to do that every day, then that's fine. But I highly recommend just keeping her where she's at, or finding another school that you feel is a little bit more diverse in your area, but then also like maybe checking out like different classes and exposing her, especially in LA. LA is a huge dance mecca. LA and New York is two of the biggest dance meccas in the United States. Yeah. I don't care what anybody else says. LA and New York is where it's at. So
I can tell you that just being here, that you will find a more diverse class than in Orange County. And that's just common sense.
It is what
I lived in Orange County, and let's call it what it is. It's not all that diverse, and honestly.
And to be quite honest with you, when it comes to dance, you're going to find diversity literally wherever you go in Los Angeles when it comes to dance schools, because you have people that are literally traveling from all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, Los Angeles is a dance mecca internationally. So it's well known for producing and providing great dance training, and also producing some of the best dancers and choreographers in the world. So with that being said, have your pick. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to expose her to those, and depending on her age too, she may not need to come out to LA for right now. She may just try like the Millennium Dance Complex in Orange County. They have one, and I believe it's in Orange. I was gonna say it was gonna be in Anaheim, but I believe it's in Orange.
But it's close enough.
Yeah, it's super close. But look it up.
Right,
you'll be fine.
Thanks for writing.
Thanks
for following up with us.
Unfortunately, we have to go. So
yes, to the next thing.
Yes. And we'll be back with the vent session.
This episode is brought to you by one of our new sponsors, We Buy Black. We Buy Black is an online marketplace for Black-owned businesses to showcase and sell their products to a global community. What drives We Buy Black is a community of creative entrepreneurs who use We Buy Black to sell their products, thousands of shoppers who believe in supporting these entrepreneurs to affect social change, and committed staff of We Buy Black. Visit pyromedianetwork.com or entertheblaze.com for our sponsor direct links. It's time to support Black businesses. Now let's get back to the show.
We're back with the vent session, and Kwame got something to say.
No vents from Miss Reed this week.
No, nothing.
Okay. And so I brought Kleenex for no reason?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have much to say usually, so It's kind of like you either get it or you don't. Right. And when I give it to you, I might not have something to say the next 2 times, so you never know.
Okay. I've been saving, because a lot of the stuff that I was going to talk about in Petty World News, I saved because it's a part of my overall event. And I've been seeing this a lot when it comes to social media. So I've been really getting really frustrated with how just what I've been seeing on social media, how people have been reacting to certain news articles, how people have been reacting to certain things. And so I am going to say this. Here's the thing. So I wanted to read this quote, and it's by James Baldwin, and it states, "To be a Negro in this country and be relatively conscious is to be in a rage almost all the time."
Amen. Ain't that the truth, Jesus? Come on.
So with that being said, I have a problem with this whole, despite the angry, quote unquote, angry black stereotype, most race-based street harassment comes from angry whites and this white rage. And I was reading this article from Afropunk, and the writer's name was Aaron White, who is a Atlanta-based writer and Afropunk's editorial and social media assistant. She wrote a phenomenal article, and I really resonated with it, because a lot of times people talk about, oh, you have this angry black woman, you have this, the militant black man, or you have the conscious folk, and they're just, so angry. And there's a reason why we're angry. There is a reason why we have frustration when it comes to race issues, when it comes to social injustice, when it comes to microaggressions, because it happens on a daily fucking basis. And it's frustrating because you don't want us to talk about it, and then when you tell us to talk about it, you want us to talk about it in a certain way. You don't want us to protest, because then you complain. You don't want us to stay silent, because then you complain about that. It's like we can't have it anyway, because anytime that we bring up anything that remotely emulates the discussion of social awareness in regards to social injustice and race issues, you guys have and I'm talking to white people in general, okay? You guys get uncomfortable. It makes you feel fragile, and it's white fragility. It really is. And as hard as that is for you to hear, it is what it is. Because, for instance, I read today, and this was this whole big deal when it came with Kathy Griffith, and her picture that she posed with a beheaded Trump, and how everybody was just in this whole up in arms about it and all this. Now listen, she apologized for it today, and that is what pissed me off. The fact that she apologized about it today is what pissed me off. The fact that CNN fired her is what pissed me off. Do I understand why CNN fired her? Yes, because they're trying to make an example out of her, so so nobody can say that they're like Fox News, where they're keeping all of the bullshit and they're gonna let people slide or whatever. But that's in and of itself is my problem. Sean Hannity has been talking shit about President Obama, threatened President Obama numerous times. You had Ted Nugent that pretty much said that he was going to assassinate President Obama. You have all these racist white supremacists who made effigies of President Obama, of a black doll noosed up around a tree. When that is the epitome of what happened during the times when we were enslaved. You guys sit here and have this huge fucking deal with a headless fat orange Cheeto, and you have no problem. You have all this problems to say this and that about Trump and you know, this shouldn't have been said and blah blah, and this is a horrible thing. But you guys had no problem when he was basically had this racial scandal about President Obama's birth and where he lived. He started that. He was the one that created all that, but nobody said anything about it. He still ran for president, and guess what? He became president of the United States. There's no accountability. There's no type of retaliation when it comes to the Republican Party and when it comes to white people, when it comes to these type of situations. Look at what happened with Greg Gianforte. He body slammed a reporter. Had it been Ben Carson, even Ben Carson's black ass, had it been any black person that did that, they would have called him a thug. They would have locked his ass up. He would have lost that particular election. It would have been a whole big ass scandal. They would have found out that he smoked weed when he was in college 4,000 years ago. They would have had this whole big ass fucking thing. And it pisses me off because there is a huge double standard and you guys don't understand why we are angry. You don't understand that, and you want to say, well, we should condone violence. None of you motherfuckers stood up for President Obama. None of you said the same thing that you're saying now for y'all's President Trump. Y'all did not say this about President Obama. I don't give a fuck about Kathy Griffith. I don't look for her. I'm not here for her. I'm not defending her. I'm not saying that what she did was correct. I don't think the threatening of any U.S. president is okay. I don't think that that's okay. Bottom line. But I'm not going to sit here and go up in arms and go all on my Facebook and go on my Twitter and go all on my social media and make it this big ass deal because you guys are being fragile in your whiteness. Get the fuck over it. Y'all had issues with the movie Get Out. Y'all had issues with the movie I am Not Your Negro. Y'all had issues with anything. Y'all had issues with Colin Kaepernick when he sat the fuck down or took a knee and he didn't say shit to none of y'all. Y'all had issues with Black Lives Matter protesting, and I'm not talking about the radicals. There's radicals everywhere that will sit there and do crazy shit, and half of them were the ones. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not talking about the extremists. There's extremists on all sides. Regardless, there's extreme leftists, there's extreme rights. I'm not talking about that. But the whole premise and the whole purpose of Black Lives Matter was in retaliation to the issues that were behind police brutality. And what pisses me off is that instead of joining hands and saying, you know what, my black brothers and sisters are having issues in this country, they are also Americans, y'all decided that you wanted to create an all lives matter concept. None of you did anything when Syrian refugees were trying to come over and get help. Y'all weren't all lives matter then. Y'all didn't give a fuck then. So when does all lives matter apply? It only applies when it has to do with a white life. When it doesn't have to do with a black life. And nobody said, and I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Nobody said that black lives are more important. We're just saying that they fucking matter. Acknowledge. And that is the fucking problem. You guys, anytime that race comes into the situation, you guys get fucking fragile, and it pisses me off to no end. And I'm not gonna sit here and fucking tell anybody or tell Kathy Griffith or say or go up in arms and say, oh, what she did was horrible, she should be fired. Nobody fired Sean Hannity. Nobody fucking fired. Y'all fired fucking what's his name, the Fox reporter that got Bill O'Reilly. Y'all fired Bill O'Reilly after 3 or 4 fucking white girls came out there and said, oh yes, he touched me in my private parts and my inside parts, or he wanted to touch me. Y'all waited for fucking ever to do that. Y'all didn't give a shit about all the stuff that they were doing at Fox News and making the black employees do fucking play all these fucking games. None of y'all did anything at that point in time because it didn't fucking matter to you. Y'all are not reporting on the black trans women that for months they were getting abducted and killed. Y'all didn't report on that. None of y'all reported on any of the black girls that went missing almost every fucking day for a good straight ass week and they just got abducted and nobody knows to this day where the fuck they are. None of y'all said anything about that. But y'all want to complain about a fucking headless Cheeto? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Y'all need to stop being fragile, and y'all need to get over this whole, like, you know, well, this happened such a long time ago. Let me explain something to you. If my grandparents can still see, or if your grandparents are still alive, it still happened in your lifetime because they're still talking about it. It's still fucking happening. So you need to stop with this whole white fragile thing and stop worrying about, you know, oh, I don't want to talk about it. We shouldn't have this conversation. Have the fucking conversation, because until we have the conversation, all you're doing is putting a band-aid over a wound that you keep ripping off.
Amen.
And that's what the fuck I gotta say about it. I'm done.
A fucking man. Slow clap, because that was brilliant. And that's our show, guys, you know.
Sorry, girl. Let me drink my tea.
And you hit all the points right on the head, because I was like, Kathy Griffin, okay, girl, whatever, I guess.
It has nothing to do with her, and that's what pisses me off. And that's what pisses me off. Nobody fucking understands that people are fucking, what this administration is really good at, and if you guys don't get this at this point in fucking time, and a lot of administrations, even the Obama administration, every administration, all politicians know how to deflect. But what this particular administration is really fucking good at is fucking learning or what is it? Distracting. Mm-hmm. That's the word, not deflecting. Because every politician learns how to deflect. That's their job. Right. They have to learn how to spin. Right. They spin all types of stories. They have campaign managers. They have Olivia Popes. That's their job, is to spin things. Okay? Mm-hmm. Every campaign manager or every campaign has an Olivia Pope. Yeah. That's their job. Okay? But what this particular administration is really good at is distracting. Who the fuck cares about Covfefe? What the fuck is Covfefe? It's a distraction. Mm-hmm. Because while the most trending hashtag on Facebook was Covfefe or Covfefe or Covfefe, however the fuck you want to pronounce it, guess what the rumors of this administration is doing right now? They're talking about pulling out of the I think it was
Paris deal.
The Paris deal. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? For climate change? What?
Exactly. Exactly.
So while we're busy trying to figure out what the fuck Covfefe means,
I saw that.
Bitches over here making deals. And it was just breaking on Rachel Maddow today that it was actually breaking on all the news sites. President Obama in December had shut down 2 facilities in New York, and I want to say Maryland. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that. I know one of them was in New York. But they were 2 places that were given to facilities that were given to Russians for diplomatic purposes. It was a diplomatic facility, so they can go and work on whatever the fuck they want to work on. President Obama had closed down those facilities and told the current residents in those facilities that they had a certain amount of days to leave the country, because those facilities were used in counterterrorism or counterintelligence, meaning that they were gathering intelligence from within on U.S. soil. Okay,
it was like some Evelyn Salt shit.
Pretty much. Okay, but but the thing is, the bottom line of it all is that President Obama and the Obama administration had shut down these facilities, explained why they shut down these facilities, and had no intention of these facilities coming back or reopening. And they placed sanctions on Russia after that. Mm-hmm. So today, Trump decided that he's going to give back those facilities to Russia in the middle of a fuck-ass scandal. You have a fuck-ass Russian scandal, and you're going to give these 2 fuck-ass facilities back to this motherfucking bitch, but you worried about Covfefe? And you worried about Kathy Griffin and her headless fucking tuxedo? Get the fuck out of here, y'all. Come on. Come on. You have a criminal investigation that was a special prosecutor that was appointed to handle this criminal investigation, and then you have a congressional investigation, and then you have a House Senate investigation. All these investigations are happening on this fuck-ass campaign or this fuck-ass administration, and y'all worried about Covfefe. Like, the balls of the cojones on this tiny man Cheeto, for him to go back and reopen those facilities and even even think that it's okay for them to give it back, you're basically saying, look, I don't care what the fuck y'all bitches say. I'm gonna have my buddy,
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do.
And I'm gonna have Putin and his people come back on our soil and do what the fuck they were doing in the first goddamn place, which was spying our asses. Bitch, watch. Y'all better get his ass. Y'all better get his ass out the fucking office and rub down with alcohol all that Cheeto dust that's on that damn floor. Stop fucking around.
Cheeto dust.
Girl, listen. Covfefe. Y'all worried about Covfefe and y'all not even paying attention to what the fuck's going on. Y'all better start paying attention, y'all. I'm so serious, y'all. This is not even about conspiracy theories anymore. This is not even about, like, being scared and wearing, tinfoil aluminum fucking, hats or whatever, or getting under bunkers and hiding from the mothership. Or this is not Independence Day, bitch. This is not that type of movie. This is a real life situation where people are actually have been put into office because of racist and literally all of the things that President Obama has and the administration and all of us as liberal, progressive, moving thoughts and minds came together to put in place have been threatened. You mean to tell me that it's okay for us to even dare touch the healthcare and the contraception accessibility for women? Women? Are you kidding me? You're sitting here talking about how you're pro-life, but you're not even protecting the beings that create life. Like, what? You're not pro-life. You're anti-Obama. That's what it was. You were so mad that one of the most loved and most respected presidents in our lifetime was a black man, and he came in there and fixed some shit. Yes. Were there things that you agreed upon and did not agree upon? That's literally everyone. Everyone has their own thoughts. Everybody has Republican ideology. Some people have Democratic ideology. Some people have liberal ideology. What the fuck ever. But the bottom line is that man was able to go on both sides of the fence and work on creating policies. This Cheeto, tiny hand bitch has been in this office for goddamn 200 days and has not done shit. Has passed one fucking thing, and it was by the skin of their teeth was able to pass this fucking thing and made it seem like it was this huge fuck ass victory. It still has to go through the Senate to pass.
Like the health bill that ain't even passed yet.
And then he's only been in there for 200 and some odd days, or at the time it was only 100 and some odd days, and he's talking about he didn't know it was gonna be this hard. I wanted to smack the toupee off of his fucking ass when he said that shit. What do you think? You are in the seat of the most powerful country in the entire world, and you're sitting here thinking that it was going to be pancakes and crumpets? What is wrong with you? Take your Covfefe ass and shut the fuck up, get off of Twitter, stop golfing, and do your fucking job. And if you can't do it, get the fuck out so somebody else can.
Amen.
That's all I got. I went into 2 damn rants. God damn it.
And that's our show. Da, 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 da,
Oh my God. Look, it's too hot in this damn studio. I gotta go. It has been a very good day. Yes.
Check out our Facebook.
Yes.
/ Enter the Blaze.
Twitter.
Blaze. Ooh,
pretty much.
Lord, Blaze. www.entertheblaze.com.
Yes. Twitter @IntoTheBlaze.
Twitter @IntoTheBlaze.
Also, definitely go ahead and start following our mother network's Instagram, Pyro Media Network. You can find that at Pyro Media Net, or is it at Pyro Media Net or Pyro Media Network? Y'all find it. And so you can also find that by going on to www.pyromedianetwork.com. That's PYRO Media Network. And yeah, we just have Pyro Media Network released a new podcast, which is basically going to be kind of snippets of all the shows from the previous week. It's called Pyro Power Hour. Really cool show. I'm on it. And so we're gonna see if we can rotate different staff members from Pyro Media Network, but we're doing things out here. So check it out. And we have some good news coming up. Our anniversary is next month. We've been here for a year. I know, girl. It's been
It doesn't even feel like
I know. And this is episode 45.
Time is moving so fast.
You're so stupid. Episode 45.
46.
Is it 46 or 45?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's one of those episodes. But we're coming up on our 50th, and I think we should be up on our 50th by the time our anniversary comes up. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But anyway, check out for that because we want to do something special for our 50th.
Dun, 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 dun.
And
that's our show.
That's it. Y'all be cool. We out.
Bye.
Bye.